Okay, guys, welcome to a brand new, fresh episode of WrestleSlam, the podcast. Brought to you by Manscaped, guys. Don't forget that deal is still there if you want 20% off Manscaped. And you know, their amazing 4.0 package, performance package. Joe, what's the code for everyone to get on and to steal and to use and get a discount?
WrestleSlam. Last week of it. It won't be there this time next week. We mightn't have it. Hopefully we get a decent, but at the minute it's a trial. So get on it.
Before you get on it, get clean.
Oh,
get shaved, get fresh, get Manscaped.
Yeah. And give us Ladyscaped. We want Ladyscaped.
I love it. Liz is on to something there straight away. But Manscaped, guys, number one, 8 million balls worldwide, fresh, silky smooth. You know, the beautiful fragrance. You know what I mean? The oils. It's just, it's. I tend to have a shower 6 times a day now because of all this, you know. It's a bit of a fetish, you know, going into the shower and just enjoying my Manscaped products, you know what I mean?
It's waterproof, so you can bring it into the shower. I know it's got an LED light you can see in the dark if the electricity goes out during the storm, what's coming up in Cork in a minute though.
Yeah, it's handy if you have an intruder jar, because like the light and the noise would scare the shit out of that intruder.
If it's dark, the light is so bright you could actually blind. Don't want to scare them off.
Yeah, I'd knock him on the head with it. And then when he wakes up, he'll be freshly groomed.
That or you just shave his eyebrows off and scare him off.
Hit him a belt down with the weed whacker as well. The weed whacker will just finish the job. But unbelievable, guys, Manscaped.
Just be careful if you're wearing the deodorant, like he might get attracted to you, like, because it smells fucking awesome. So.
Oh, it's beautiful, I must say. And as you say, you know what I mean, if it'll keep your partner happy as well. There's no doubt about it. You know what I mean? I see a little extra smirk on my partner's face. You know, so it's it's a win for all men around the world, guys. So check it out, Manscaped.com.
It's a great package. You get the 4.0. You get the trimmers. You get the weed whacker, your favorite for the nose hairs. You can smell great. You get the deodorant. The ball reviver toner, and you get a free pair of boxers, which are fucking amazing.
And the amazing bag as well.
The bag, which is make sure, like, you know, if people get it, you don't actually, you have to lift up the black plastic and everything else, and then the bag's underneath it. And there's a little newspaper under it, like it's mental.
Nice. And they're pure Tom Hardy boxer shorts, like they're really fucking bulge, like, you know what I mean? You walk around the gaps, like. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, they're so smooth.
It definitely gives you an extra inch or two, you know what I mean? Onto the center. So happy fucking days. Happy days. It's great. And I must say, guys, look, we're absolutely honored to have Manscaped on with us as well. Get on to manscaped.com right now. The 4.0 package. There's more products to come. I know there's a lot in the pipeline. They're everywhere, worldwide. 8 million balls, you know, groomed and looked after. And don't forget, guys, that promo code, the most important thing, the promo code, WrestleSlam. 20% off manscaped.com. So do check it out. So, lads, first of all, we're going to quickly mention Sesh Hash Martina. You'll all know from the quiz with Liz, live in Limerick. It's on Twitter right now on the WrestleSlam podcast Twitter page. Liz, she made her debut, All Elite Wrestling. The feedback has been incredible. The rumor is that she has signed a contract. Now, I don't know if that's true. I'm hoping it's true. I think she would like to base herself in America, but you know, she's made a lot of noise. We've seen people that do feature, you know, All Elite Wrestling, Dark, and other shows, and you know what I mean. They don't really blow up the way they blew up with Sesh Hash Martina. It's great to see it. I think she's the first. She's the first Irish person to wrestle for All Elite.
Yeah, she is. And you know what? You made a really good point there, because I think on Dark Elevation you really, really have to shine. You know what I mean? You kind of have to really stand up and take notice. I mean, if you remember the likes of Jade Cargill, you know, she obviously made the debut and she had like the odd match, and people could tell that she was still green. Well, a little green, I suppose. And then obviously she had protection with Cody and Shaq and things like that in the tag. But she done a lot of matches on Dark and she wasn't on our screens. And I mean, she has star quality, right? Martina oozes star quality, you know, but she is also, and this is no offense to Jade Cargill, because it's just that Sesh has been doing it longer, she's also light years ahead in the in-ring ability. So like, I can't see her on Dark for long at all. I think she's going to make such a huge impact across the water. And I can't wait to see her on our screens for Dynamite and Rampage. And we want her song. We want her original song. We want Maniac 2000. We want the crowd singing Rocket Rocket Baby Baby. We want it all. And I hope everything works out for her. I have a sneaky feeling it will, because she's dedicated to the cause. So thrilled, over the moon, and I hope with all my heart it's true.
We have to reach out to Mark McCabe as well, guys. We will have to reach out to Mark McCabe. Like, Mark, we're going to check tweet, but Mark McCabe, he probably knows that Sesh Martina uses the team. Surely, you know what I mean, if she's going to be all elite, which we think she is, then Mark will give the thumbs up, and I'm sure he'll get an extra few quid royalty-wise as well.
It's coming at a good time, because on the press conference after Revolution, Tony Khan said that the Ring of Honor, like, he's going to be controlling it. Whether they have a weekly show or maybe it's a YouTube show as well for Ring of Honor, that she could be on that, she could be on Dark Television. She will definitely get signed, and she'll be featured on them heavily, because she was with Ring of Honor before. So there's no reason why she can't just continue on there and eventually get on to Dynamite and Rampage then on a weekly basis.
Definitely. Mick, obviously, we know Sesh Martina. We've seen her in Cork. She made a huge name in over-the-top wrestling. She's still there, obviously doing some great things, and she's flying the flag for, the female wrestlers across Ireland and Europe. But obviously, it's great stuff to see, Sesh Martina in All Elite Wrestling. And we did say it in the last show. I said it. I had a feeling that she was going to appear at All Elite Wrestling. I think WrestleSlam and all of us crew were right in our prediction that she would turn up, and she did.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think she in a way she's almost unlucky that she's not bigger now already, because she got very unlucky with the Ring of Honor thing when everything went to shit, So like if there's an alternative universe now where Sesh Martina is already on Dynamite and Rampage, she got very lucky with the Ring of Honor thing, but she's undeniable in the ring. She's undeniable star quality, so it was only a matter of time before she got an opportunity somewhere over in the States. And delighted to see Irish wrestlers doing well, so hopefully there's the first of many more to arrive on AEW.
You heard it, guys, from Mick himself. Respect to that. Phil, you obviously know Sesh Martina. Look, you've been, I think we've been to many Scrapamanias, probably, from day one, and we've spoken to her over the years, but obviously it's great to see it. This whole purchase with All Elite Wrestling, Ring of Honor, it could lead to something. We know she was signed to Ring of Honor, and obviously she was doing quite well there. Obviously it was hard with the restrictions and the lockdown kicking in, and she could have got a, I say she probably went through a tough time back here in Ireland, because, she wanted to be in America doing the thing, but it seems like, the luck is coming her way again, which is truly deserved, and, we might see a lot more of Sesh Martina in All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah, that's it. But you remember when she got stuck, they did that documentary on her.
Yeah.
There's a Virgin Media or someone did like a 30-minute piece on her because she stuck. She couldn't go back to the States.
Yeah. It was tough.
Yeah, it was really tough.
She got her dream move to Ring of Honor, and I suppose, had, so much taken away from her when it came to the lockdown and the restrictions, But like,
if you watch that, she said she was working like 4 different jobs.
Yeah.
On top of the wrestling as well.
Yeah.
So I actually think she'll end up in Ring of Honor. I don't think she'll go straight onto Dynamite.
Yeah.
She'll be back in Ring of Honor for a while.
Yeah, but she's surely boned, for All Elite. Like, we know.
Oh yeah.
The talent she has is incredible, and
the eyeballs on that product to see her, and then once people start seeing her, they'll bring her on.
Yeah, no, she's incredible. Sticking with All Elite Wrestling, guys, we had a massive pay-per-view over the weekend. I must say that I was fairly impressed. You know what I mean? When you're on Twitter, like, you see little, GIFs, and you see little kind of highlights and stuff, but there was some great matches. I'm going to go to the match that kind of stood out for me, and people will automatically assume I'm going to say Moxley and Danielson. No, to me, that was the best match, one of the best I've ever seen, but I'm going to mention CM Punk defeating MJF. Liz, did you get a chance to watch the Dog Corner match? And, it was interesting, wasn't it?
It was. To be honest, I was kind of rooting for MJF because I wanted to see if he won, how they'd move forward with it, because I thought it was obviously leaning towards CM Punk win. But it I mean, I loved it, but it all depends on whether you're a fan of blood and that kind of way, because for some people it's not their bag at all. They don't like blood in their wrestling, and they're it's all fierce PG and stuff like that. But I think when CM Punk bled last week, I think it was kind of indicative of what was to come. I thought there was quite a lot of bleeding very early. I thought it was like they were busted open like super early. I was like, oh right, okay. I was like, how are we going to keep capitalizing on this when we are already busted open? But to be honest with you, I know that this match was such a huge thing, but I am more invested in the curveball this is going to take for MJF, and I know we'll get into it, Wardlow. Now my attention is completely shifted to that, because just the storytelling in this whole situation has just been beautiful.
Yeah.
And I just cannot wait to see what's going to happen next. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. A bloody mess if you're into it, which I am. I thought it was fab.
George, do you think All Elite Wrestling are taking advantage of the blood situation? Because look, for years we've seen Stone Cold bleed, Michaels, all the greats. Obviously Watershed's come in for WWE, and they kind of cut it all up. But do you think All Elite Wrestling will take advantage of this moving forward? And what was your take on the MJF match?
I don't think they're taking advantage of it. I think because they're not a PG show, so no reason why they can't. If the performers are happy to do it, it's not like they're being forced to do it. Like maybe back in the Attitude Era, they had to bleed. Every pay-per-view they had to be blood. Like, there's not blood at every pay-per-view for AEW at the minute. Maybe an odd time, like, but the blood was pretty early in the match. I thought they could have waited a bit longer, but maybe the cut they had from Wednesday night was already there. Maybe it just busted open again. Maybe something happened that it wasn't supposed to. There was a lot of blood, but don't let that take away from the fact that the match was perfectly the story was perfectly told throughout the match. Playing up the way MJF just played it up. He's such a great heel. To come up and have Wardlow finally turn on him was brilliant. I just loved everything about Wardlow. I think that's made him, and he's going to be a massive superstar going forward for AEW.
Yeah, he looks like a Vince guy as well, to be fair. Mick, did you get a chance to watch any of the highlights? Did you come across stuff? What was your take on it?
Oh man, I watched the whole thing. I watched. I didn't watch the whole pay-per-view live. I watched up until the end of that match live. It was unbelievable. It was from start to finish. It was unreal. I can understand why people might not like it because of all the blood. Like, but I love a bit of color, man. I love a bloodbath. And if anything, I just think it made it better. Like, there's not like a little bit of color in a blood feud. Like, there's just something about it. But it was unbelievable from start to finish, even from the entrances, from CM Punk faking out, or MJF faking out CM Punk's theme, and then and CM Punk coming out to AFI's original Ring of Honor tune. That was just awesome, and he looked great as well. The whole match, I actually thought it was actually shorter than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be much longer, but it was. They got all their shit in a shorter amount of time, which is no harm. It was short enough that the rest of the card didn't suffer from it being too long as well. Great, they used the stipulation itself really, really well, and the right guy won. CM Punk won. I told you he'd fucking win. And this sets up number 3 later down the line.
Yeah, no, good take. Phil, obviously, look, you're a massive All Elite Wrestling fan. What was your take on the match, and what matches stood out for you?
That dog collar match didn't feel like a match from today. I don't know, it's just because we're not accustomed to all the blood, but it felt like a match from the 80s.
Yeah.
Like when it didn't even have high power moves. It was just kind of, it was so fascinating to watch, and it was kind of like slowly kind of building. It was just, it's something that you won't see again for a while, I think.
Definitely.
It's definitely something that we haven't seen in a long, long time. I'm really, really, really impressed by it.
Yeah, speaking of the card, Phil, what was your take on it? Like, what would you give it rating-wise, and what match stood out for you?
I'd probably go an 8 or a 9.
That's good for you when you give it an 8 or 9.
The only thing I loved the whole match. I just didn't like the Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker match.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was. I think Tony Khan has this thing in his head where he's like, we need to do the match again at the Grand Slam Paddy's.
Want to be done again, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Paddy's
what's the
Day
point
thing,
then?
whatever.
Because all the momentum's dead. So
You'll be in her hometown though. Isn't that not shown out in Thunder Rosa's hometown? So she'll
Yeah.
get the big pop, like. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lizzie wasn't too sure last week when we mentioned, who would be the winner and stuff, and it was very hard to predict.
Yeah,
It
it
definitely.
was a bit up and down for me as well. Like, and with Phil on that, it was up and down for me. Like, I mean, they were always going to put on a good match. It was never as good. It was never going to be as good as the last one. But I felt sorry for the placement of the match in the card, because to follow what went before them, I thought there was an awful lot of pressure on them, which affected the pace of the match in places. And I think as well, to be honest, the ending, I've no problem with Britt Baker winning, but I would have preferred if it was a little bit more believable, because I don't know, for me that ending wasn't believable, because how do you kick out of a stomp, right? Or how do you get a pin from a stomp, but a stomp on a belt you kick out of? I was just kind of like, it should have been the other way around, my opinion. I just would have found that more believable, because how do you kick out of a stomp with a tighten belt and not kick out of a regular stomp? I was just, especially after knocking herself off and spearing the other one, I was just a bit,
Yeah.
Look, the only good thing that came out of it was they have a new women's belt that looks infinitely better.
Oh,
amazing,
miles.
Better.
Oh,
Yeah.
night and day.
But they didn't advertise anything. They didn't do anything to build up to say they were bringing in a new belt. It was just.
There was one funny bit though, because GR kept saying we have a new men's world belt as well, which is kind of funny.
Oh my god.
You gotta love Jim Ross, I swear to God. He's getting as good as Taz with the commentary.
Oh, he is. Now we know Jade Cargill. Obviously, she fought. She kind of quashed her. So obviously, the only good thing with Britt Baker for me was that obviously, Thunder Rosa, what I mean, she wasn't squashed. It was about an 18-minute match, but obviously, Jade obviously dominated Tay. I don't know what to make of that match. It was an interesting one. Obviously, Jade's been pumped up to be this fucking Bill Goldberg or, Roman Reigns kind of style. She's kind of probably going to go undefeated for a long time and, be that poster girl. But, Joe, what's your take on Jade? Obviously, look, we always speak highly of her. She is an absolute athlete, and clearly she's going to go on a dominant run. There's no doubt about it.
She's a complete superstar. If Thunder Rosa doesn't beat Britt Baker in the Paddy's Day thing, I think eventually, if it goes down that far, like that, she'd be the one to beat Britt Baker eventually. Maybe hold 2 titles. I don't know whether she'll still be TBS champion by then, but she is a superstar. Obviously, she is still pretty new in the business. She's only, she had her 1-year anniversary there during the week that she had the match with Cody and Red Velvet with Shaq. So, she's still only a year in the business. So, it's probably too soon to put the main title on her, but she should definitely stay undefeated for another year at least before they do anything with it. She's a superstar, and that's why WWE are after her as well.
And she's not doing it because she needs the money. You know what I mean? This woman is set for life. She's minted, absolutely minted. She's doing it out of pure enjoyment. She was on Talk with Jericho, and she's just pure enjoyment and learning from it. I mean, she's thoroughly enjoying it, that's pretty cool as well. It's not a payday for her. Well, it is, but it's not like life or death. Like, she's not stuck for a few bucks.
I do love the fact that she turned her hair green. That was really good.
Yeah.
I thought that was class.
Yeah.
Little things.
Yeah.
I read somewhere, right? Like, the way I go on Twitter, like this is kind of guys I always follow, but supposedly Stephanie McMahon is a really, really big fan of her, right? And obviously money's not a big thing, but I'd say it's only a matter of time before we're going to see WWE try and take people away from All Elite Wrestling. I wonder if she be one of them people that will make that move. Would that appeal to her like that? You know what I mean? She might look at the likes of Becky Lynch and all these people and say, right, look, they've been in movies, they're on billboards and stuff. I wonder will that take her away from All Elite? I could personally see her be one of these people that will leave in another year or so.
She said it on Talk with Jericho, like that her style, like when she came on the AEW before, she wants to be Storm in the X-Men. That's her goal. She would love to be Storm in the X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Through WWE, eventually she probably end up getting that, but whether they make an X-Men movie before she moves to WWE is another thing. But she definitely wants to be a star, and at the minute, that's the place to go if you want to become a star, is WWE, because AEW will get there eventually. I fully believe there'll be massive, in 5 to 10 years, like people will be big stars there, and recognized. But if he wants to be a big star outside of wrestling, WWE is the place you need to go.
Yeah, agree 100%. I'd say I might tempt her another year or so when the contract's up. Phil Moxley, Danielson, we got to see the savior, William Regal, which was incredible. He got a great pop. It looked magic. But look, yeah, Joe's a big Regal fan. I think he's respected by everyone on the roster, every roster in the world.
Oh,
he's a legend.
can you just imagine the hugs? I bet he gives the best hugs ever. Like, oh, and like I think my heart just burst like for him. So happy for him. What a big pile of love for him.
Oh, that match was insane. Like, again, it's the same thing again. It was, I think a lot of new fans would actually hate it. I have a feeling new fans would hate it.
Yeah,
it was very old school.
Mm.
But obviously, Gerard said that last week. They're set up to be a tag team, so Gerard's prediction was right. I couldn't see it happening, but now I do see it happening. Just like that, it's like, whoa, I can believe it's going to happen. But it's
trio.
Yeah, and Regal's the man. Look, Jesus, he's achieved so much. He's one of the veterans. All we're short is Finlay to be why he's hip. You know what I mean? Finlay coming would be another great story, but Phil, obviously, it was great to see Regal come out, and the match itself was just 10 out of 10 for me.
What I loved about it, I didn't see it coming, and I absolutely love all that. When it was like that Malachi Black thing last year. Yeah, it was like, and I think this could be a really, really cool dynamic with him trying to calm him down and kind of bring them together. It's going to be cool, I think.
Definitely. Mick, are you a William Regal fan?
Oh, everyone's a William Regal fan, man, and it's so good to see him on TV again. I'm very interested to see whether he'll be this kind of the manager of this tag team, this supposed tag team that looks like it might take off with Mox and Danielson, or maybe if they're looking to redevelop Ring of Honor or kind of take it on and do shows with it, he'd be a really good guy to have there as well. It's just another really, 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 really experienced wrestling brain in their staff again. They're really good at that. They're really good at acquiring good guys with plenty of experience throughout wrestling and in various different forms. From Jerry Lynn to Dean Malenko and Regal as well. And it's great. He also has his name, because I think there was some issues with him getting his the rights to his name. So it's cool that he's William Regal. I think he got both patents in the end. He got Stephen Regal and William Regal, which is great. So, yeah. I hope he got the rights to. Do you remember his old theme tune?
The man,
he's
is
a man.
Yeah.
Such a man. Oh man, can you imagine? And like just have big nets of like Moxley and Danielson like working on a construction site week on week.
you see the time they punked him. He came out to that there. I think he was, when he was wrestling kind of these last couple of years. They punked him at a live show, I think. Or was it on TV? It was.
I remember that. Yeah.
They punked him with that track.
That was Danielson that did that.
Oh yeah, it was.
It was.
It was actually, yeah. Jesus.
So Regal slapped him then and finally got his payback.
That's it. Full circle.
That's a good thing. I'm going to quickly run through the rest of the card before we go to all WWE news. But look, obviously, Hook defeated QT Marshall. Hook just looks incredible, I must say.
Body must be insane.
He's unbelievable.
So he doesn't do anything. He's just over.
He's just incredible. I love him. And he just looks.
And he's in a heel faction.
Yeah. He's just. You can talk about Hook all day. We can dedicate a show to him already. Obviously, House of Black defeated Death Triangle. Eddie Kingston versus Jericho. It's great to see Jericho looking well, and Eddie beat him. Eddie beat Jericho, which is I thought Jericho was going to win that one, to be honest, lads. I really did.
I did too.
So
Eddie had to win it. He had to win the big one.
Yeah.
Jericho didn't need to win it.
Well, that's the choice. But Jericho's taking the loss. Ready. He knows that he's a good guy.
And shout out to Jericho. He's fucking ripped again. Like he looks.
Yeah, he's looking great.
He looks great.
Whether he's doing DDP yoga or what, I don't know what he's doing.
I'd say we'd have to get on to DDP and ask him what the story is. Is DDP working behind the scenes with him? Because he looks $1 million, and the 6-pack is back. And look, he's a bundle of health at the moment, which is great. So that's a win-win for all the fans. Wardlow guys defeated Keith Lee, Orange Cassidy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, Christian Cage. There was a few predictions, but look, it was a great move and a great win. Liz, what's your take on that one?
Delighted for him. I know now we were all kind of saying Keith Lee, but I did say that I would be really happy if Wardlow got it. But like, chuffed for him, and I'm so excited about how the story is going to go. Like, I mean, how pissed off is MJF going to be after losing, and the fact that his sticky is like has now got a future title shot. I think it's just like, it's nearly as good as like Hansel and Gretel. It's written that way, right? It's that kind of story. It's just unbelievable, and super, super happy for Wardlow. Like, ridiculously happy.
I can't wait for Wednesday because he's never got that. Wardlow is now all elite graphic that they do all the time. He's never had that because he's under contract with MJF.
Oh yeah.
So hopefully on Wednesday night they do that. When MJF's trying to fire him, and Tony Khan just puts the graphic up or someone says he's got a title shot now, so he's actually all elite.
And get his proper pop. Get a pop. You know what I mean? Get a proper superstar pop, and not like just come out and like help out the old bud, but just get that star pop, because I think he's going to he's already over, like, but now he's just going to go fucking rolling twice like crazy.
He reminds me of Batista, guys. He's like the Batista, like when Batista was in the back and he's going to come up the fucking ranks, and I love it. Like, even what he done at the end of the match was incredible with MJF and Punk, but it's good things ahead, no doubt, and I'm looking forward to the storylines as well. Jurassic Express defeated Dragon. The Young Bucks. I love the way Matt and Nick dressed, by the way. I just think they're fucking awesome. I love the way they dress. They really are. I think me, Jer, Mick, and Phil should dress up as a fancy dress. Dress up as the Young Bucks, and you know what I mean. It'd be fucking epic. They're really cool.
The Jordans.
Oh,
please.
I can be Don Callis.
Fancy dress. WrestleSlam fancy dress.
That can be, what's his name? Brandon Cutler.
Oh, Matt will have to be Brandon Cutler because they've both neither of them have hair. And you'd have like, the Matt starts like, didn't he show it? Yeah, right. So, where's that leave?
I love it.
Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega. You're giving me Kenny Omega.
Or it could be Adam Cole, baby.
Go sit over there. Just go sit over there. Fucking Kenny Omega.
I love it. I love it. Yet again, guys, there's 2 more matches. We had obviously Hangman Page, Adam Cole, great match. Darby Allin, Sammy, Sting defeated AHF.
What is Sting doing with that splash? What is he up to?
Oh my God.
Amazing job.
Lads, he's having the time of his life.
That was my second favorite match of the night, and I was not looking forward to it one bit. I didn't think it shouldn't even be on the pay-per-view, but it was fucking outstanding.
It was good. Yeah. Stinger still doing the fucking job. Happy days. Right, guys, we're going to switch quickly to WWE. Congratulations to Vader. He has been inducted into the Now, I'm pissed off, guys, because I heard said this. I'm not going to go into politics, but when he was, with us on Earth, there was a call that he should have been in it. It didn't happen. So I think in a way it's not harsh. Obviously, he deserves to be there. But look, I think it would be better if he was still with us and he was inducted rather than what they've done.
Also means we might see Jim Cornette back on TV again.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Jim, good old Jim. I know Phil's a big fan of Jim, aren't you?
Well, I want him to. He should induct him. To be fair to him.
Yeah, no, I agree. Jim has a big role to play there. But it's great news. So congratulations to Vader and all the family, guys. The vision that we've seen pretty much the last few days is Roman Reigns standing above a bloodied Brock Lesnar. Mick, Roman really fucked up Brock. You know what I mean? He really, that vision, kids were terrified. The beast was, he was slayed. What was your take on Roman obviously doing one on Brock?
Oh man, I suppose the only thing I'd be worried about, funnily enough, is overexposure between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
It's all over the WWE right now, and not only do I think the rest of the card kind of suffers in a way, but the more I see them go at each other, the less I'm enthused to see them at WrestleMania. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. But still, hopefully Roman Reigns fucking body bags him. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think it's in favor of Brock now moving forward. I really do. I just think Brock, you can't dominate Brock. Do you know what I mean? So something's going to give. If they don't meet till WrestleMania, I'm going to say Brock's going to take him, guys. And if both belts are on the line, Brock is taking them. I really believe that's the way it's going to pan out. Joe, what's your take on this vision of, Roman looking at Brock and he's bloodied and battered?
It's hard to know. We don't know if Brock's going to stay around after WrestleMania. Normally, by the stage of the year, now you find out if Brock has, one more match left, or he's, should he leave. So the outcome of the match. So we don't know. But Roman hasn't beaten Brock at WrestleMania, so this is the third attempt. So he's the guy. Let's go for him to be the guy going forward, or for the next couple of years. I think he needs to beat Brock.
Yeah. I think Brock is enjoying it, guys. I think there's a new lease of life for Brock.
Yes, yeah.
I think he'll, Vince will add an extra 1.5 million to his yearly contract. He'll promise him an extra $1 million when he goes to Saudi Arabia. So Brock will make an extra $3-4 million a year, and he'll stay around for one more year. He might dominate. But you reckon Roman is going to supreme at WrestleMania, yeah?
He needs to beat him at WrestleMania for his reign to be legitimized.
Yeah. Interesting. Phil, what's your take on it? Obviously, look, it was I text you all in the WhatsApp, I always say WhatsApp group, messenger group. I was like, how can we watch it? And Phil gave me them words, Jerry, you can't watch it. I was like, no, I have that Fire Stick, I can definitely watch it. He's like, no. He's like, no, you can't watch it. It's not on the Fire Stick either. I'm like, fuck. So, what's your take, man?
The only thing that I like about this is that Universal Belt's going to be gone. That's it. I'm just glad that's going to be gone.
Is it though?
Yeah, there's a rumor there's a new belt coming.
Bring back the big gold belt.
They should bring back the gold one.
They should. Roman Reigns is going to win, by the way. 100%.
Phil with the contacts by, I'm telling you, he's just off the phone.
It'll be paid for night too.
Yeah. It just as George said, Roman needs it more than anything. Just to establish that next level.
Be interesting. I like it. Mick, what's your take on the prediction? Can you see Roman beat Brock at Mania, or do you think it's the other way around?
Roman has to be in a WrestleMania. Like I've been saying it for months, man. I've been saying it for months since they got into a feud together. If Brock Lesnar beats Reigns at WrestleMania, then what is the point of Roman Reigns? Yeah. Exactly. So it's like, never mind shooting themselves in the foot, they'd be shooting themselves in the fucking head if they did that, and then they're stuck in this, and then the cycle just continues of Brock being the dominant guy, and then some guy comes along and beats him until he doesn't, and maybe that will happen, but I just don't think they would invest that much time, that much effort, that much money into Roman Reigns without only to have him lose to Brock for the third time at Mania. Just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, 100% agree. I'm going to quickly run through Impact Sacrifice. Lads, Impact is fucking awesome. I'm absolutely loving it. Mike Speedball Bailey, great to see him finally on Impact. But I'm going to go through the matches quickly. Moose beat Heath. We had obviously Heath on with us there way back, so do check out that interview on the WrestleSlam podcast. Violent by Design, they defeated the Good Brothers. Interesting via pinfall. Tasha. Yeah, Tasha Steeves.
Tasha Steeves going to be a mega star.
Yes, she is awesome.
Yeah.
And lovely lady. I think what I noticed when we interviewed her, guys, is that when we put it up, when Joe put it up on the WrestleSlam podcast Twitter page, everyone from our hometown was fucking retweeting it and commenting. It's the most interaction we've ever had in an interview. So it just tells you what kind of person she is. She's loved by her people, like, you know what I mean? And there's one of their celebrations, all weekend, probably, today as well, that Tasha Steeves has beaten Mickie James and by pinfall to become the Knockouts champion, which is incredible. Deonna defeated Chelsea Green. Jay White defeated Alex Shelley. Jonah defeated PCO. The Influence defeated the Inspirational Classics. So Madison Rain and Tanel Champs. Interesting. Very interesting.
And Josh Alexander is back.
He's back. That was unreal, guys. The way he came back, the way he came through the crowd. That man is a pound for pound superstar. Very lucky. Impact are very lucky that he re-signed. I'm hoping that we can get Josh back on actually in another week. The man is a legend. Trey Miguel beat Jake something. Rich Swann and Willie Mack defeated Honor No More, and of course Lady Frost.
That one really was frustrating because I don't get it because she's brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting, but I suppose, you know, and it was kind of like a squash. It was a fast match. Sure, Matt Taven, obviously, we seen him on Impact. It was interesting, wasn't it? Ring of Honor champion. It's great to see him, though.
Good to see him again, like whether they're signed to Impact or they're just floating around until the Ring of Honor takes off again. I'm not sure. Like, it'd be good to get him back on, you know, get him on TV weekly, you know.
Yeah, no,
he's a good guy.
Great guy.
He helped train Sesh Moth when she was over there. She said that he looked after her very well over there.
Yeah, so hopefully there'll be a link up there. They're all you know, Ring of Honor legends, and no, great to see the Impact as always shining. Yet again, guys, Manscaped.com, the promo code WrestleSlam, 20% off. So get on it straight away. The performance package 4.0. You know, you have the trimmer, the weed whacker, everything. You know, crop preserver, ball deodorant. Incredible. Manscaped.com, WrestleSlam is your promo code. 20% off, 1 week to go. So get on that promo code straight away. We'll be back for a midweek show, guys. Thank you for all the views and, you know, the comments and the messages, as always, on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. For myself, Jerry, from Phil, from Mick, from Jordan, Liz, who have kindly come on. They're on their travels, but thank you for coming here. We'll catch you all soon, and we'll have news on Phoenix Wrestling, OTT, and much more. So have a good one, guys. All the best. Stay safe.